This episode of Channel KRT is sponsored by Red Ribbon Reviewers. Red Ribbon Reviewers is a movement for internet-based reviewers and podcasters to spread awareness and discussion on HIV and AIDS during the holiday season. To show solidarity with Red Ribbon Reviewers, we'll be including a donation link to Project Hope in the description for our Christmas episodes, as well as on our Twitter and Instagram feeds. Thank you, and happy holidays.
Come on, get up. There'll be no more napping. There's a chair that freaking talks. Hey, look, there's a fish that give advice. Holy crap. It's Screwy at Peter's Playhouse.
Mecca lecca hi, Mecca hiney. God, I hate you so much for this.
Lois, the king of cartoons, will be here in 5 minutes, and I will not have you humiliate me.
All right, Merry Christmas, everybody.
We're starting off ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess that's a secret word. Why the fuck not? Anyway, it's the final Christmas episode of Channel KRT. Final episode of Channel KRT for 2023. I'm Tyler Green, and since we're in a very generous mood, Kit, Randy, I have a big surprise for you. I'm going to give you guys a big Christmas bonus, and I'm just going to say it's fucking fruitcake.
Yay! Oh, god damn it. Now I'm going to have to get my weird redneck cousin to kidnap you, tie you up, bring you to the house.
Not the first time that's happened.
The whole SWAT team's going to be here. We're going to annoy the fuck out of Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Anyway, I'm the Kit Ting Quinn of cartoons.
I'm Randy, and I'm that little shit who hates Christmas until he finds out it's about Jesus.
And it turns out we have an extra piece of fruitcake that we'll be giving to today's guest. You know her from such shows as Mighty Magiswords, Fresh Off the Boat, her podcast Ring Ring with Renie Rivas. It's Renie Rivas.
Woo!
Woo!
Thanks for talking me up like that. The only content I've produced recently is snot, unfortunately.
No.
Been a real sick past 6 months. Thank God.
Oh no, at least it's not COVID, right?
It's not, and it doesn't make any sense because I have been slapped in the face with COVID. People around me having COVID, I don't know. I get the boosters, but I somehow have a super shield. I don't know how it works that way. I just get the other sick very easily.
Ooh, yeah, I feel that.
Allergies. It's a fucking nightmare.
Isn't winter great? Speaking of, I actually have an appointment for allergies tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Ooh, good luck.
Yay!
Are they going to prick your arms up and down?
That's what it's a consultation for.
Oh boy.
They're just going to talk about pricking your arms up and down.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna, prep, just have a nice little discussion about pricking my arms up and down. But hey, no more sneezing constantly.
And one of my coworkers got COVID. Thankfully, I've tested negative and I'm boosted, so I hope that helps, but I am very terrified to go back to work.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people at my job cough every fucking day. Kill me.
I am so happy to be a hybrid remote spread out office worker.
Huzzah. But anyway, back to something that thankfully does not make us sick. Pee Wee's Playhouse.
It's been a long time coming with this fucking show.
Yes.
It really has.
I've been wanting to do a Pee Wee episode for just so long now. And I'm just glad this is the time we're doing it a bit under not great circumstances, as we're gonna get into, but
yeah,
still, I fucking loved this show as a kid, getting into our relationships with it. My first exposure to it, I believe, was when it used to air on Fox Family. This was literally one of my earliest childhood memories, was watching this show in the late 90s when it would air on reruns through there. And the specific moment I remember the most, I think I've mentioned this on the podcast, is when it's a season 1 episode and they had the salesman character pop up.
Oh no!
Yeah, the salesman scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
Oh god!
And if you've seen that bit, you would understand. As seeing that as a 2-year-old, it was my first jump scare, basically.
I'm going door to door to make you this incredible offer. I'm sure you're wondering by now just what it is
Salesman! It instilled a healthy fear of salespeople.
As you should have one.
Yes. Yes.
And Jehovah's Witnesses and basically anybody who comes knocking at your door.
And for some reason, Saul Goodman.
And you will atone. It's Ned Beatty from Network. For Christ's sakes, guys.
Huzzah. What about for you, Renie? What's your history with it?
You know, I came to it late. Maybe it's just my age. I think I just missed it. Unless it was the HBO special, which I saw out of context. And it's kind of weird when you just see that.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, I remember, HBO did used to show that a couple times, and I caught it when I was a kid, thinking it was like the original show. So much of it flew over my fucking head.
Me too.
And I gotta say, the 2010 version of it, fucking excellent. Go check that out, too.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know what's funny is, until now, Pee-wee is something that I knew about, that I've seen a ton of clips of, and that I had a ton of respect for, that I pretty much understood all the references, seen a bit of the movie, seen the HBO special, but I never really saw a full episode, so, I'm kind of jumping ahead, spoiling it. When I saw Penny, I was like, oh my god, she's from that? Because the first time I ever saw her was from the JonTron video.
Oh, God.
Obligatory fuck him now. The JonTron video where he looks at a bunch of different old, drug PSAs, which old drug PSAs is one of my favorite genres of media.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I just see this freaky stop-motion girl with pennies for eyes rambling about going to jail and hamsters and pizza, and then just drugs are bad.
Yeah, I did not know Penny got a fucking spin-off PSA. And not once did she mention crack. 0 stars.
Yeah, come on, where's the Christmas crack?
This is fruitcake.
This is Christmas crack.
This is Penny.
This is Christmas snow from Integrity Farms.
Her eyes scared me so bad. Oh my god.
But yeah, Kit, what about you?
So once upon a time, a little sitcom in the 80s was made called Full House, and it ruined my life forever.
Me too.
Me 3.
I think I saw Full House once and thought, oh, this is what white Americans' families are
Lucky.
like. Is this it? Okay.
I went through a phase in my life where I watched every single episode and I was obsessed with it. And I mean, I'll say this much. It introduced me to a lot of elements of pop culture, especially Pee Wee's Playhouse. And then around the early 2010s, I watched Pee Wee's Big Adventure for the first time because I was going through a big Tim Burton phase.
Really? It took you that long?
Yeah, I know, right? It feels like a movie I would have loved as a kid, and I just fell in love with it.
Oh, yeah, I did love it as a kid for what it's worth. I have, really specific memories of, learning the tequila dance at, 3 or 4.
Yes.
Wait a minute. So you were scared of the salesman, but Large Marge was all right?
Oh, no, Large Marge still scared the shit out of me. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, that movie.
I loved the movie, but it had so many traumatic moments to it. I'm genuinely amazed I didn't develop a fear of clowns.
What's Pee Wee Herman without a little childhood trauma thrown in there?
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah.
For some reason, I wasn't really ever scared of Large Marge, mostly because I was probably too old to be scared by it by that point. But the surgeon, surgeon scared me.
And, it didn't exactly scare me, but, the stop-motion bit with the dinosaur eating Pee-wee's bicycle, that did kind of get to me a little bit. That unsettled me, yeah.
Yeah, so I felt so bad for the bike. And then after that, I began to watch a couple of... It was kind of hard to find full episodes at the time, but I was able to find a bunch of clips, and so I was able to watch as much of it as I could, and I was like, hell yeah, this show was great. And then eventually when I watched all of the Weird Al show for the first time, I was like, yeah, I can see a ton of the influence that this show had from it, especially given that the set designer also worked on it.
Is the Weird Al show not just Pee Wee in a cave?
Amen.
Yeah, basically. Shout out to Wayne White's designs in this, because he really did set the blueprint for my fucking taste in just art entirely.
Absolutely.
This really fucking gonzo 50s shticky kind of stuff going on here. And I'll just say that the design of the Playhouse, prop, the outside Playhouse model proper, fucking excellent.
Yes.
One of my favorite aesthetics that I cannot, for the life of me, put a name on is what the 80s thought the 50s was.
Yes.
Basically Back to the Future, and Peggy Sue got married, and of course Pee-wee's Playhouse. Just beautiful weirdness all around.
Oh, don't forget all the 80s doo-wop stuff that came out, the fucking Nickelodeon theme. Literally every 50s diner ever made.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. Wow. That look smells like vinyl and hairspray.
Absolutely. And of course, because this year was not bad enough for me, they were like, hey, Kit, it's your 28th birthday. Want a gift? Paul Rubens is fucking dead.
Oh,
Stop killing all my favorite fucking comedians.
Yeah,
Ugh.
like, come on. What is with all our favorite 80s comedians fucking dying in this decade?
God, yeah.
Are we just not allowed to be funny anymore?
It's not bad enough we lost Bob Saget. It's not bad enough that there's so many amazing comedians. We also have to take freaking Pee-wee.
Oh, don't forget,
Yeah.
it's also not enough that we lost fucking Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes! Oh,
You
man.
think I'm gonna move on from that? Nope.
Never.
I still haven't fucking moved away from Trevor Moore dying. Oh, that's for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man, yeah. So this has not been the best decade to be a fan of comedians, but on the plus side, I suppose, if nothing else, it's helped me come to revisit a lot of Paul Rubens' filmography and realize, god damn, we did not deserve him.
Excluding Reanimated, of course.
Oh god, yeah.
Somehow that was the only thing we've talked about on this show featuring Paul Rubens was that fucking movie.
You know what? I'm just glad they were at least able to get his voice back for Rex.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah. And I did see DJ Rex last year, so, you know,
Woo! Yay!
pretty fucking excellent.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what? I think when I go to Florida this coming spring, I am going to try and make a visit to Galaxy's Edge for Rex.
Do it.
Yes. Buy a drink there in honor of Paul.
Yeah.
If you have to ride one ride there, it has to be Rise of the Resistance.
Oh god, yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, we're making justice for our former thing we reviewed being Reanimated by reviewing this, and thank God, because this special is amazing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's such a delight that they just recently put a very high quality version of it up on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
That is great, yeah.
I've previously watched it only in pixelated poor quality, and this was such a sweet experience to watch it again and have everything illuminated.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. It looks so fucking lively. Yeah.
Yeah.
If this show was any gayer, it'd be Clown TV.
Oh, yes.
The queerest thing I've ever seen, and I mean that in the best way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Make kids' shows gay again.
This show is LGBT, neurodivergent culture, and I am absolutely here for every single bit of it.
Yes.
By any chance, did you guys catch this when it ran on Adult Swim back in like the mid-2000s?
No.
I caught a little bit of it.
I think I might have.
Oh, yeah, no, because it did air like briefly for like a summer in like 2006, I think. So that was another like formulative memory for me, was just catching this at like 11 p.m., just, like making a huge fucking deal out of it, you know? I can't tell you how influential this show was to my taste in comedy and pop culture and everything. And just when we lost Paul Rubens, it just fucking hurt, you know?
For real. And so, yeah, this was actually the first time I had watched this special in full, because
Oh, yeah.
I added it to my watch list all the way back in like late 2014, but for some reason I just never got around to it. And I'm so glad I got to watch it for the first time, because between all of last week and this, we got a good damn month
He totally fucking did.
on a podcast that we pick our topics, but still.
Yeah, we know full well what we're doing, but goddamn, we do it right.
Absolutely. We don't have to review things related to the Zombies franchise like poor Tony.
Oh,
no.
God.
You know how you go on TikTok?
No, I don't.
You're one of the lucky ones. I only go on it when I have seasonal depression. But you know how you're scrolling through and then suddenly there's like an episode of Chicago Med and there's like cooking videos in the background?
Oh,
Like, the
God,
other
yeah.
side. See, back before that, we had shows that could actually keep your attention. Like Pee Wee.
Absolutely.
Speaking to that, the pace really moves along. The whole special, there's not a lag. It is A to B to C to Z. Like, let's run. Let's do a sprint.
The only remotely slow-moving moment there is in this is the claymation intro, which usually happens, but this one has a really Christmassy vibe.
Yeah.
I love the claymation in this show. It's just so fucking top-notch.
Already bonus points. There was a fox at the beginning.
Yes! Yeah, that fox was so cute.
I think that the squirrel that was running in the snow is the same one that chews up the sign in the beginning of the regular intro.
Right.
Because, that'd be a cute little Easter egg. And also, what was the name of the choir they got to sing the intro?
Are those like actual members of the armed forces?
They might have been. Here, let me look that up.
Possibly. And also, I love how it's introduced like every single 70s Christmas special, like every single guest star ever. Although it's kind of funny because they don't mention Cher in the intro, but she's in the special, so.
That was a surprise.
Oh, wow. Van Dyke Parks did the music for the special.
Yo, nice.
Yeah, the Van Dyke Parks. Holy shit.
And also the version of the intro just slaps.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is Christmasify any song, it immediately becomes better. Get Blind by Korn. Just add like some jingle bells to it and like some church bells. Boom, instant Christmas classic.
Absolutely.
Along with Paul Rubens, we should also mention this is a very, very belated tribute to the late, great John Paragon as well.
Oh, God. R.J. Fletcher's son himself.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. What is this piece of crap? I thought I told you I wanted a Rolex! A Rolex!
Fuck this year.
Also, something joke about how the now former congressman Kevin McCarthy was more humiliated than Kevin McCarthy in UHF.
Oh, man. So we start off with Pee Wee reading off his Christmas list to Conky, and like, it's just like this most contrived, comedically long list of all this goofy shit.
And it's like, you look at some of the stuff at Pee Wee's house, and then you think, Alexa is just a boring version of all of this stuff. Because it's like, he's listed out all the stuff he's got to do for Christmas to a robot, and it's like, is that not just what you do with Amazon Alexa? But, this one has a fun, max headroom, robot voice, but Alexa, okay, I'll list that for you.
I'd rather have Conky. He doesn't look like that he'd try to get my personal information.
Conky doesn't just turn on at a random time and laugh.
Pee-wee, can you give me your social security number?
Imagine if Conky just talked like a fucking Alexa.
No.
Now, Conky, you're not going to sell me out to the FBI again, are you?
Just tell me your grocery list already.
Also, I want that big-ass storage unit that Pee-wee has in his wall. It looks so cool.
God, yes. The whole stop-motion bit with the yo-yo is just so cute.
And it turns into a dog.
Turns into a dog. It turns into a bird.
And putting his, like, fucking PIN number in while the camera tries to stare at him. This guy made the best facial expressions.
God, he did.
The camera looks at him, and he makes, like, this face while he gestures for us to look away twice. This show had no fourth wall. I think it was better off for it, quite frankly.
This show saw, like, any walls, and they were like, walls? The fuck is a wall?
Also, I love that they make a joke with the yo-yo breaking the camera.
Yes.
So when that happened, like, I thought in my head, well, thanks, Pee-wee. I always wanted a black eye for Christmas.
Oh, wait, I thought of it. No. Here's the thing. The fourth wall exists, but he looks and he goes, hi, Wally! And your wall in your room would go, hi, Pee-wee.
I'm your new god!
It's like that bit from SpongeBob where he hits the scuba diver.
It means another whole year of boarding school! Aww. What happened?
Yep.
Also, when he pulls out the giant ass list that he made, it was reminding me of that kid from the town Santa forgot just to write.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it a Christmas special unless someone has like a miles-long list to Santa in it?
I'd ask for more, but I didn't want to be greedy. How much did you ask for?
In perfect calligraphy.
You already have the coolest Playhouse ever.
You literally are the guy who has it all.
You have.
I think that's why Pee-wee is so great, because his character is just such a little asshole.
But not only does he have the most awesome house on earth, He has a pet genie.
Yes. I feel like Pee-wee's Playhouse is the perfect example of a show with no unlikable characters, even the ones that are assholes. They're just perfectly
They're
assholes.
lovable assholes.
Pee-wee was never supposed to be unlikable. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
But, like, you know, he's a likable asshole, and that's what I love
Yes.
about him.
I'm sure some of the items on his list wished harm upon others.
I wish to send a bullet to Francis's house. On a side note, when I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure for the first time, I was a little disappointed none of the other characters from Playhouse were there, but well.
Yeah, I think that each movie is supposed to take place in like its own separate universe with no continuity whatsoever. So I get
Playhouse was after the first movie.
Yeah, one of the toys Pee-wee mentions is a doll that you fill up with Whoopie stuff.
What do you call the new water and ooze blast and oozinator?
Oh, yeah! This show really got away with a lot, didn't it?
I don't know what kind of doll he's thinking of, and I'm too afraid to ask, quite frankly.
This show got away with a lot.
Oh, God, yeah.
The 80s were a terrifying time for children's toys, so...
And speaking of walking innuendos, Miss Yvonne shows up.
Fuck yes. And also, we finally have an answer to who fucked Charlie's mom. It was the entire Playhouse.
Did you fuck my mom, Cowboy Curtis?
Did you fuck my mom, Flory?
I mean, Laurie does kind of have Riz because there's that bit where he says,
Hey, Miss Yvonne, come stand over me.
Good night, everybody.
Well fucking played.
So if they all just, like, went to town on her, would we call that, like, a house bang?
Also, I noticed when the entire Playhouse is trying to get them to kiss her, I noticed some of the girls also wanted her as well. So I was like, yay, bisexual representation.
Oh, this is a really gay house then.
Special
Love
at
it.
everything.
What's up?
Yeah, Miss Yvonne comes in with this fucking Martha May Huvier drip, and I'm just thinking to myself, this had to be where they thought of the character.
Yes. Also, Pee-wee gives her a perfume that smells like him, and I was like, that's a little arrogant, Pee-wee.
The crazy part is she loves how it smells. Like, this is just his fucking, like, musk. And she's just like, that smells fucking amazing, Pee-wee.
Because every single holiday special has to involve a gag involving fruitcake. There's a running gag where Pee-wee just keeps receiving them, and it's great.
You know, with all the fruitcake Pee-wee receives, like at least every 5 minutes, you kind of wonder if all the characters were just conspiring to fuck with him this year, just because of his sheer arrogance.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of jumping ahead. Do you mind if I spoil what he does with all of them?
Oh, yeah.
He turns all the fruitcakes into just another room made out of fruitcakes. I think this guy wants ants in his house. Hi, Auntie!
New friends.
All the fire ants got in!
Well, he does have the fucking ant farm that shows up.
Yeah.
Hi, Roddy! Hi, Pee-wee. I'm gonna give you rabies.
Also, we see the food in the refrigerator celebrating Christmas, and one of the little peppers is drinking out of an egg, and it's called eggnog. That's cute.
Yeah, it's funny because he's drinking his own people.
It's adorably horrifying.
So how do they eat in the Playhouse? Do they just take those little foods out of the fridge and just eat them annoying orange style?
Yeah, they do. There actually are moments on the show where Pee-wee takes like one of the clay figurines and like he'll take like a stop motion milk and like pour milk out of it.
So what you're saying is Foster stole that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pee-wee's Vor House.
Well, it's better than Sausage Party.
Huzzah. And also,
but anything is better than Sausage Party.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so then we get a cameo from Whoopi Goldberg, and I love that it's a cameo that's like, oh, can I be in this special, Pee-wee? Sorry, Whoopi, I'm booked, but maybe you could be in the special in 2 years, because it's like, Whoopi, you're in everything.
Even this.
Hey, Whoopi, do you want to do a cameo in this special where you have to beg to be on the special? Sure.
Yeah, some of these cameos are just so bizarre. You know, because you'll have moments where you have like these really great song and dance numbers that we'll get to later. And then you'll have like moments where Oprah Winfrey literally just phones in from the set of her show and says, "Hey, Pee Wee, Merry Christmas." And they just exchange an awkward laugh and it just cuts it from there.
Oh yeah, what he does is he like hangs up on her basically. So it's like, wow, she was probably going to give you a new car instead of a fruitcake, but fine, fuck you, I guess.
You get a new playhouse. You get a new playhouse. We all get a new playhouse.
But was it a playhouse or did the house play you?
Oh.
Ooh.
Got him.
Also, they get Joan Rivers and they only have her tell like half a joke. Why?
Yeah, on the set of Hollywood Squares?
Yeah,
boy, someone had a book schedule.
It was probably a CBS executive note. Get as many people as possible.
Oh shit, we forgot the Joan Rivers cameo. What is she doing now? She's about to be on Hollywood Squares. Just get the camera.
And so then we cut to Pee Wee going into the magic screen, which invented Blue Skidoo, by the way.
It totally fucking did. I absolutely love the gag of Magic Johnson and Magic Screen being related.
That was adorable. Like, that was very clearly just for the pun, but it's still perfect.
Yeah.
Look! It's Magic Johnson!
Hi, Pee Wee.
Hi, Magic. What are you doing in the magic screen?
The Magic Screen and I are cousins.
I adore how the Winter Wonderland looks. It's like this perfectly old CGI.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's like we go from claymation to like weird, like primitive CGI. It also at the same time looks like a PowerPoint from the mid-90s.
It totally does too, and you have that weird methed out polar bear too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's ye old CGI.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like Dingo Pictures before Dingo Pictures.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
Also, when Pee Wee falls out of the sleigh and then Magic Johnson just keeps going in the sleigh, I'm thinking, to this day, Magic Johnson is still stuck in that sleigh.
Merry Christmas, Pee Wee! I accept my inevitable doom!
something, the amazing digital circus.
I've been falling for 30 minutes!
But, I just kind of love the implication that anyone with the first name Magic is just inherently related to each other.
Yes.
So, is the entire Magic Kingdom related to them too?
I don't have any cousins. I'm a place.
Listen to this! Listen to this! Listen to this!
Also, Pee Wee's like, oh no! Because I was so focused on making my list, I didn't get to decorate the playhouse. I wish I hadn't been so selfish. Pee Wee, when you reach my age, all you put up for Christmas decorations is like one target bird. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Pee Wee, everything in your house is sentient. Can they not just do it for you?
Yeah, exactly. Why can't they just do it for him? He's already pretty damn selfish enough.
And then they bring John B in to grant him the wish, and then he's like, well, I was hoping I could use it for something else. So then John B gives him an extra wish, and it's like, you had that power all along?
No, there's this whole bit where John B kind of gets pissed off that he wants an extra wish, and I'm just thinking to myself, you want an extra wish? You'll shoot your eye out, Pee Wee.
Oh, then we get to meet Reba, the mail lady, who I really badly want her, Major Bedhead, and Mr. McFeely to share a special together.
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, Reba would just share fucking war stories about dealing with Pee Wee's bullshit. Major Bedhead would just be drunk and, Mr. McFeely would just be awkwardly vibing. Like, I don't go here, but, I'll let you guys do your thing. Good for you.
And also, Pee Wee gives her press-on toenails, which, ew.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they're like fucking comically oversized toenails.
Why would you want French press toenails?
It's disgusting. And then also, the FBI is definitely going to raid the Playhouse because Pee Wee tampered with the White House's mail.
Which was Grace Jones for some reason. I don't like that implication there.
Yeah, why did they put Grace Jones in an oversized box?
I imagine Pee Wee in that moment was specifically like, no way am I letting Reagan get to see her.
You're not the president.
It's okay. I'll just pretend I didn't see you here.
That's
I was about to say he was in his lame duck period, but he really wasn't, because his vice president was going to be president next, you fucking cheater.
80s aesthetic is great, and 80s media is great. Actually, living in the 80s sounded like hell.
Yeah. But anyway, Grace Jones is that bitch.
Yes, she serves so much cunt in this.
And conveniently, Miss Yvonne is missing for this segment because the producers knew full well she wouldn't be able to out-cunt Grace Jones.
Correct.
Yep.
And also her cover of Little Drummer Boy. Mwah, love it.
Fucking perfect. That's the one thing I don't like about, this special is that I understand they're trying to fit in as much as they can in 45 minutes, but I just want more of these fucking musical segments. They're just so good.
Yeah. Yes, this special even made me like a cover of Jingle Bell Rock, the Katie Lang one. She did an actually really good one.
Oh, yeah. Katie Lang is just totally fucking coked out of her mind.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes.
Little bit.
The 80s.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Nobody would recognize it, but I would love one year for Halloween to be Katie Lang in this special.
Yes.
I was thinking she definitely looked a bit like you. Yeah.
You could get like the little puppet band with you to show that it's specifically that.
Make sure you do a fuck ton of coke.
Also, don't forget the denim jacket.
Espresso will be as close as I get, but I'll give it my all.
Sounds good.
And then going back to the Cher cameo, this is where we get our word of the day.
Yeah, it takes 18 minutes for them to get to the secret word, which is usually the first thing they do on the show.
I was surprised it was year and not like Mary or something, but and of course they get Cher to do the iconic scream. And then she doesn't scream when they say the word. So
yeah, she barely
kind of
screams.
A cop-out, yeah.
We just had Katie Lang hyped up, coked out of her mind, giving us like the most energetic performance ever. We give Cher the secret word, and she just goes, yay! Oh my god!
Katie Lang needed whatever she needed to get through wearing that dress.
And it was the 80s.
And so then the king of cartoons stops by, and he gets in his fruitcake gag as well, and is like, oh no, it's 2 fruitcakes.
And you know who we skipped over? We skipped over the surprise Frankie and Annette.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which, by the way, more people I know because of Full House.
Yeah, Frankie and Annette basically have the biggest role out of all the guest stars here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're basically being exploited by Pee Wee for the bulk of it.
They've been enslaved by him.
Yeah.
Pee Wee is just so fucking horrible to them in this special, and I love it.
Pee Wee is breaking the 13th Amendment with Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalone.
And it's still better than working with Joey Gladstone.
Yeah.
Quick tangent, that episode pissed me off that it never went anywhere in the series. Like,
no!
What the hell was the point of introducing such a big plot point like that? It's like...
Because they couldn't afford Frankie and Annette back, that's why.
Huzzah.
Yeah, and there's this really dumb joke that I love where, Annette is like painting stuff with a toothbrush, and Pee Wee's like, you better not brush your teeth with that. And she goes, well, you should have told me sooner. And then she just smiles and her teeth are all fucking green.
On the Mickey Mouse Club, we drank paint all the time. Talk about ink and paint indeed.
But going back to the King of Cartoons, fun fact about his actor, he's played by William Marshall, who, if you are very familiar with blaxploitation, he was Blackula.
Holy
awesome.
shit! That's awesome.
Oh god, yeah, fucking legend.
Hell yeah.
Rest in power.
Yes. And I really love the cartoon that he showed, The Christmas Comes But Once a Year. Funny enough, friend of the show, David Gansel, actually did a riff on it that was released a couple of weeks ago when this will be uploaded.
Yeah.
I don't care about the other kids suffering, but my own suffering makes me cry.
Stop whining.
I don't want to go too much into the cartoon because the riff, I feel like, sums it up perfectly, but it is just such a delightful little cartoon, even if there's a little too much crying kids in it at points.
Can I be honest? I always skip the King of Cartoon bits.
That's fair.
I mean, not the actual King of Cartoon character, but the cartoons. I wasn't there for the cartoons. I was there for Pee Wee.
Yeah. Side note, I was surprised that none of the cartoons that were in Skinamarink were ever in Pee Wee because I feel like they fit perfectly. Just the Hocus Pocus one, and then suddenly all the Playhouse just disappears.
I'm up the stairs.
In this Playhouse.
Same shit with Twilight Zone movie version of It's a Good Life. Just the demented shit that went down in that.
Oh, God.
You just see Nancy Cartwright screaming and running away from Flory.
Man, the rest of the movie was honestly pretty solid if you just ignore that huge, massive elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Well, Randy, it's more so an entire enclosure of elephants in the room.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Multiplied by 10.
Oh, jeez.
And Zaw.
But anyway, so there's this bit where Annette wants to say the King of Cartoons catchphrase, and that, of course, leads to the Joan Rivers cameo. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's what happens when you fuck with the formula. Of course, my neurodivergent ass is going to have issues about that.
Huzzah. And so then I also love the bit where they find out it's snowing outside, and then Pee Wee's so excited to go out, and then Frankie and Annette are like, oh, we'll go out too. And he's like, nope, get back to work.
Yeah, no, literally, Frankie goes, yeah, but Pee Wee, and then Pee Wee just says, no! It's perfect. We need more shows with likable yet unlikable protagonists.
Correct. And also, I still cannot believe that Cowboy Curtis is Morpheus himself. Like, holy crap. Lawrence Fishburne going from this to like a huge movie career that's filled with like various action movies was the Bryan Cranston going from Hal to Walter White of its day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we forgot to mention, too, when Mr. Kite shows up, the first thing I thought to myself was, oh my God, they skinned Drew Carey?
He always looked like Alan Sherman to me.
Oh God, yeah. But if you've ever seen the 2010 Pee Wee Herman show, he gets recasted for obvious reasons by Phil Lamar, and I do want to say Phil Lamar actually does nail the role pretty well. I gotta say,
I had the incredible privilege of seeing that live.
Really?
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
As an adult, I had never had that experience again of being a child completely delighted. And when the curtains came up, we were all screaming with true enthusiasm, just sheer delight. The feeling that a little kid has when you drive through the Christmas light display and the parents are pissed and the traffic is bad and the kids are like, wow, like that's how it felt.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Incredible. No, seriously, go watch the 2010 Pee Wee Herman show. It is fucking excellent. I can't tell you how great it is enough.
Yes. And then we get introduced to two more stars I got introduced because of Full House, the Del Rubio triplets, and of course, the late, great Little Richard.
What was going on Full House? I need to talk to you. Sidebar. What is happening?
I have no idea.
Well, we did talk about the Little Richard episode of Full House a while back, and it's not one of the weirder ones, but it is. Yeah, you have to see it to believe it.
Agreed.
Mrs. Krabappel is in it, and she keeps trying to fuck Joey. Well, like to the point where it's like actually sexual harassment. Like he had a legal case.
Joey, if you concede now, I'll put you in my cabinet.
I'm on my chat late at night.
Oh God. Oh my God.
And also, Joey shoved his head in the bread box once.
And there's a joke where Little Richard wants to kick John Stamos' ass, which that aged pretty well in retrospect, I gotta say.
Huzzah! And then also there's a gag where Cowboy Curtis and Pee Wee try to bring a snowman to life, but then it just suddenly looks over and is like, take a picture, it'll last longer. And they just scream. I love that.
I gotta say, it would have been a really interesting turn if at the end of the special, all of a sudden, Cowboy Curtis just vomits out that same exact snowman and it just ends from there. Cliffhanger. They're all dead. The end.
And also this special understood Frosty better than Frosty Returns did.
Yes.
That piece of shit.
Then we get a really cute bit where Pee Wee is teaching little Richard how to ice skate, although it reveals that he's secretly having another ice skater play him.
Just the look that little Richard gives him is just so fucking excellent.
That man's expressions were just A+.
Again, this show is just very, 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 very gay, and I love it.
Yes.
Oh, this was gay as hell.
And then also I love the little bit where Randy's just being a little shit to everybody. Like, he's terrible, but he's so funny that I can't hate him.
No, not our Randy, by the way. Our Randy is excellent.
No, all of this also applies to me too. Go on.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna tell you guys about 9/11.
Oh no.
Well, I will say this, Randy. Oh god, you really put me on the spot here. Shit.
It was
well,
mostly a joke. You could just say whatever you want about it.
No, I know. I'm adding in on the joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pee Wee, but in the show, like, Randy has just always been a complete bastard. He's always been my least favorite character on the show, and it's kind of amazing that Pee Wee just never thought to cut his strings.
Yeah, just drop kick him.
Am I also not a bastard?
Well, Randy, I wouldn't cut your strings.
Thank you, because I don't have any. You're stuck with my sentience.
Yay!
I felt so bad for Terry when Randy was trying to tell him that Santa wasn't real. It's like, leave him alone.
You know, Terry, I think we need a little more firewood, don't you think?
I'm kind of spoiling it again, but like, I guess the reason Randy's doing what he's doing is because of the whole, Christmas is commercialized crap shit that a lot of people always push, which, like, yeah, but that's what makes it so fun. Okay.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you gotta have a little capitalism.
As a treat.
Sometimes commercialism can be a good time, but either way, then Pee Wee goes on about the Jesus story, and then that suddenly changes his mind. I thought that was going to turn out this guy was like a crazy atheist. He's like, oh, so the meaning is because of Jesus and Christian.
Oh God, Randy's gonna turn into an evangelical.
No,
he's gonna turn into the amazing atheist. Run.
I mean, well, Randy already does have 4chan vibes, so, just whatever happens, happens.
I'm just saying Trump won the election fair and square.
And speaking of segments in Pee Wee's Playhouse that I always skipped, the Penny cartoons.
Yeah, I mean, the stop motion's really good, but it's just kind of there.
I don't have much to say about them. It's just
all I have to say about it is that thanks to, JonTron, fuck you, JonTron, and thanks to the wonderful world of drugs, as soon as I saw her, recognized her from that drug PSA, I was just like, that one shot of Leo in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, just pointing at the TV.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Did Will Vinton do the stop motion for the Penny segments?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at this right now. According to the Pee Wee Wiki, in the first season, the Penny cartoons were animated by Aardman.
Yo!
And after that, the Penny shorts were directed and animated by Craig Bartlett, who you may know as the creator of Hey Arnold.
Oh my God! That's so cool.
Where's the Hey Arnold drug PSA?
Grandpa was on a lot of drugs during World War II.
Inside Out Boy was basically an anti-drug PSA.
Oh God, yeah.
Hamsters are good, drugs are bad.
That's another thing too. According to the Pee Wee Wiki, the girl who voiced Penny, Anna Seidman, would later reprise her role as Penny for PSAs that were made as part of Paul Rubin's plea agreement in 1991.
No, really?
Oh.
Yeah,
really?
Apparently.
You're telling me hamsters are good, drugs are bad, are not only related to this is crack, but both are because he jerked off at a porn theater?
He did nothing wrong, by the way. Changed my mind.
He really does.
Theater. What are you supposed to do in there? Just sit quietly and watch?
I am worried about anyone who's not doing that. They should be arrested. Something's up.
And plus, it turns out that those cops were in there anyway for a homophobic sting operation, but we don't got to get into that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now I think he deserved it even less.
Yep.
I feel like we were robbed of so many years of his creativity because he was laying low, and it's really unfair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you guys see his first public appearance after that?
Oh.
It was at the MTV Movie Awards of that year, and he goes on stage as Pee Wee Herman, and there's this thing where someone on the audience is making like a jerk-off motion, and he goes,
What was that one? Oh, so funny, I forgot to laugh.
King.
Excellent.
literal balls of steel to go up on stage right after that.
So we go into a segment where Dinah Shore calls in and she wants to comfort him, so she sings the 12 Days of Christmas, which, no offense, Dinah, but 12 Days of Christmas is anything but comfort.
That has got to be, like, without a doubt, nobody's going to disagree with me on this, the worst Christmas song ever fucking created.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Except for, like, 3 different spin-offs of it.
You want to know how much I hate that song? Not even the Muppets made me like it. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
There's only 2 versions I like. It's the one where the lady singing gets progressively more wasted, and the 12 Pains of Christmas. That's it.
That said, how it was handled in this special was hilarious, especially when Pee Wee just places the little mannequin head.
Yeah, the mannequin with the fucking Pee Wee Halloween costume.
You have Oprah fucking Winfrey, one of the most powerful people in the world, calling into the show.
Oh, hey, Pee Wee, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Talk to you later.
No, it's like during the Dinah Shore thing that he, is listening to, and he hangs up on her, doesn't get a new car, just to listen to Dinah Shore some more. You could have talked to Oprah some more. You could have gotten a car out of her.
And then we get a really cute segment where Pee Wee meets up with Ricardo, and then he gets to learn about Christmas in Mexico, and Charo sings a cover of Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad!
Oh, yeah, Charo is great in this. I love the little, like, minimalist version of Feliz Navidad. That's just an acoustic guitar and a drum machine. It's so very 80s.
And Conky just dancing along. It's adorable.
Yeah, Conky's got moves. Good for him.
Hey. And after that, we get to see Miss Renee, and she actually teaches Pee Wee about Hanukkah, and we learn the dinosaur family is Jewish, so that's really cool.
Well, I mean, Jesus wasn't born yet, so, they were probably all Jewish back in the dinosaur days.
I'm so sorry in advance for why I know this joke, but hey, Fred, how come we're celebrating Christmas if Jesus isn't born yet? Just shut up and eat your fucking pebbles.
Also, when Renee says that, she's Jewish, Pee Wee looks at her like, you're Jewish? Like, he just found out that she has, like, cancer.
Which is funny because Paul Rubens was Jewish, so...
So Paul Rubens is Jewish, but Pee Wee Herman is anti-Semitic. Got it.
No. But here's what confuses me. So the dinosaur family are humanoid-ish, but they have a lizard dog? Why do they have a lizard dog?
It's the goofy Pluto situation all over again.
Yeah, let's not think about it too hard. It's cute.
I'm surprised it wasn't like a little whatever the super early versions of mammals that were alive during the dinosaur times, because that feels like that would make more sense. But
well, it's gonna die either way because they just gave it chocolate.
Yay.
Oh. I will say the dinosaur family segments are fucking cute. I love them.
They are.
Also, the dinosaur family ripping apart not just the Foleys, but also the goblins from Naughty When.
Oh god, yes. And then we get the segment we were talking about earlier when everybody is decorating the Playhouse tree. And then Randy comes in being a fucking edgelord about Christmas and everything. Oh, that's another thing, too. We forgot to talk about when Miss Renee does the dreidel sing-along. We get the bouncing zombie head.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah.
No notes.
That was cute.
Yes.
Everything in this special is just so damn wholesome. It makes me so happy.
Everything is just so well executed. Yeah. Paul Rubens knew exactly how to do this without talking down to his audience at all.
And Pee Wee was highly praised for being so diverse in its days and encouraging a large variety of different cultures. So hell yeah.
It was woke.
It was whoa good. They made Pee Wee woke.
I can't believe this. I can't believe they made Pee Wee woke.
He's still a jerk,
Yeah. And that's why we love him.
Huzzah.
And then we get the joke, too, where we find out what Pee Wee's been doing with the fruitcakes, which Randy alluded to earlier. And we see these 2 shirtless bodybuilders working for him. Yeah, we see how it is, Pee Wee.
Pee Wee is bi.
This show was gay as hell.
Yes.
Something for everyone.
not to speculate on the man's sexuality, but Paul Rubens was about as straight as insert something that's not straight here, obviously. I'll ADR this.
Absolutely.
He was about as straight as a piece of cooked spaghetti.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of definitions of what a man is like who likes women, and I think he was just an amorphous, perfect being.
He was gay for women.
Okay.
And so then it leads to a segment where Randy's being an edgelord, and so then Pee Wee shows him someone's footage of a nativity scene, which is, why do you have that, Pee Wee?
Yeah, pretty surprising that this actually goes into religion a bit.
Yeah, it's like, and they even say the Christ child at one point. I love that sounds like a Kill Bosby segment.
It sounds like some weird Jim Henson fantasy name.
Yes.
Like this is some shit that would be in Labyrinth of the Dark Crystal, the Christ child.
And then who should show up but the man himself, fucking Santa.
Yes.
Mother Santa.
And he tells Pee Wee,
well, your Christmas list was so big that I just didn't have enough presents for the other children in the world.
Okay, but did Pee Wee ask for 1,000,000 things, or do you have only 10 things?
No, but I love Pee Wee's rebuttal to that when he goes,
I'm awfully sorry to hear that, Santa. Please let me know how it all turns out.
No, the funniest part is when he's about to give him the cookies, but then he's like, presents first. And then when he finds out, that there's been a problem, he takes the cookies away again.
And when Pee Wee's like, all right, Santa, how many of my presents do you want? And then Santa's like, all of them. And then you can just see Pee Wee die inside.
You see, I knew this as a kid. This is why you write your Christmas list to Santa 3 weeks in advance.
Exactly.
Sorry, kid. Amazon was out of everything.
Look, the elves are busy. The factory's a busy place. You can't just do last-minute bullshit. You gotta prepare the reindeer. You gotta prepare the sled. You gotta prepare the sack.
It's gotta end like that episode of Family Guy where everybody learns to just ask for one thing every year.
Also, I need to say this. This is very obvious, but when Santa shows up, I was really hoping he would say, well, Pee Wee, I'm not here to see you. And then he turns to Miss Yvonne.
Did you fuck my mom, Santa? Indeed.
Oh, yeah. And then, Pee Wee decides not to be selfish. He gives all his toys away. And we end on his second wish for peace on Earth, which, to quote Homer Simpson, Pee Wee, that was very selfish.
But he does get to be Santa's helper, which is, I guess, a step up.
Yeah. A nice
there you
spin on
go.
the scooter ending with the green screen and everything.
It was adorable.
Yeah.
I also love that at the end of the credits, we get to see the final scene of Dinah Shore just still singing to the mannequin.
That creepy mask.
And some say that Dinah Shore is still singing the 12 Days of Christmas to this day.
Today's secret word is keep the tapes.
Goddamn straight. This is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Best way to end the year.
Absolutely. This
Rest
has
in
been...
peace, Paul Rubens, you beautiful, beautiful fucking human.
We miss you so much, King.
This is going to be a new Christmas tradition for me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. This is just such a great special all around.
I've seen this a couple times, but yeah, it's going to be a Christmas tradition from here on out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Rennie, what about you?
Yeah, today's secret word is keep.
Yes.
Woo! It's so special.
It is. It's 1 in a million.
Absolutely. Just such an amazing special. I'm so glad I got to watch it for the first time.
Yes.
And I don't want to talk too much more about it. If you made it to the end of this episode without seeing the rest somehow, just stop this episode and go watch it. They do have an upload that has a bunch of ads, which, by the way, there was one that opened with a Land Before Time ad, and I was like, you want me to be even more in my feels today? And also, recently, they did an HD remaster of the cartoon they showed, so that's really cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Cute.
Yes, all of Fleischer Studios cartoons are getting HD upgrades. I'm so excited. All right, so thank you so much for joining us, Rennie. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this was a blast. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And
thank you. And thank you for indulging in our chaos.
Yes.
I won't make out with all of you, but I enjoyed your company.
Thank you. Thank you. I will accept
That's okay.
that.
We're all out of mistletoe anyway.
Maybe I'll make out with somebody, but you know.
I'm not plugging anything because I hate social media now.
I hate social media except for Discord. You can find me on Mission Breakout. You can find me on Letterboxd under Muppet Vision 3D. And you can find me deciding to go back and binge watching all this show, including finally watching that 2010 special because it sounds amazing. And also maybe I'll squeeze in Big Top Pee Wee and that Netflix movie he made a while back.
Yeah, before we decided on the Christmas special, I wanted to talk about Big Top Pee Wee, aka the one where he gets laid.
What?
Yeah, that happens. Pee Wee gets some.
And also Chris Christopherson was in it. Why not?
As for me, you can find me on the usual spots, Tyler FG on Twitter, Tyler FG96 on Instagram, Tyler FG on Blue Sky. As for the show, you can find us on Twitter at channel_KRT, Channel KRT Podcast, all one word, on Instagram, and Channel KRT on Blue Sky. We also have our Discord server and our Facebook group, which you can find in the link tree in our Twitter bio. And if you want to help support us, you can also check us out on Patreon and Ko-Fi. On Patreon, we have exclusive minisodes, outtakes, and episodes of this very podcast at its earliest convenience. And on Ko-Fi, we just have exclusive minisodes and outtakes for $5 a pop. And of course, thank you to our pals Paul Spicknall, Tony Goldmark, Ashley Hines, and Chris Reyna for pledging to us the $10 level. And a huge thank you to our executive producer, Gomer.
All right, Channel KRT, see you in 2024.
Bye-bye.
I have no expectations for this year.
Me neither.
This is crack.